The LG V20 user here, and today I'm doing a video about Google here. So I'm on Firstminute.com here, and it says here is a dedicated Google Podcast app coming soon. Hopefully so, because I would like to try this app out because I listen to a lot of podcasts, in my spare time or whatever. I listen to like a lot of Steelers podcasts. So I am a big Steelers fan, so I listen to a lot of Steelers podcasts out there. So you can listen to podcasts for just about anything you want, sports, tech, it doesn't matter. You can listen to podcasts about anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be something random, and someone can put a podcast up and talk about just something random and whatever. So yeah, could there be a Google Podcast app coming? It's possible. So let's check this out. All right. It says podcast apps on Android are dime a dozen, with just about any fan of the medium having their own favorite one. It seems that Google itself could be eyeing a piece of the action, and what's a better way of doing that than creating a brand new app? That's exactly what could happen very soon, as a bunch of code and potential app icon for a certain Google Podcast app have been unearthed inside the latest version of the Google app. The code nonchalantly reveals the potential existence of such an app. It would seem that when users stumble upon a podcast from within the Google Assistant app or the main Google app itself, they will be prompted to install Google Podcast on the Play Store. Alright, so there's the code right there. This is pretty interesting. While there is no saying when this app could arrive, it seems that it's at the later stages of its development. A probable app icon, all fine and dandy, has also been unearthed inside the Google app, and that's what the Google Podcast app could look like, something like that, which I think is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not too bad. It says, should Google Podcast turn to be real, it would likely go live at this link right here in the not so distant future. So if you click on this link, I don't think it does anything, or if it does, let's see if it does anything. So you click on that link. Nothing has been found just yet. If you click on this link right here, it'll take you to the Play Store, but nothing is showing up there. So could Google be having its own podcast app? It's possible. It'd be pretty cool. Because there's a lot of podcast apps out there. You got Google Play Music. If you guys subscribe to Google Play Music, you can get your podcast on there. You got Spreaker, you got fucking Spreaker, you got dude, you have so many podcast applications. It's like too many to name. The big ones is Spreaker and Google Play Music. Those are the big ones. You got those are the big ones on Android, is Play Music and Spreaker. You know what? Let's go see if we can find any podcast apps. All right, let's go see if we can find one. Let's click on this link again, and if you click on this link, it'll take you here. Let's search the Play Store for podcast. Oops. Let's search it, shall we? And let's see if we can find any podcast apps while we're here. It's taking me to Google. Okay, no, it's taking me to Google Play. Alright. So you have, what the hell? Okay. Your podcast player, you have, what the hell? Your podcast player, you have Podcast Addict, Pocket Podcast, that's a paid one, Castbox, Pocket Cast Go, the podcast app, Podcast Republic. Let's see more of those, and you just go to the app one here, And yeah. One of the things has a check mark. I don't know why it has a check mark. I guess I don't know. Then you got podcast app. You got Stitcher. You got Stitcher. That's also a new one. That's also one. You got podcast. You got Podcast One. You got Antenna Pod. You got all these fucking TuneIn. You got TuneIn Radio. That's a popular radio streaming application. Spreaker's right here, like I was talking about. Spreaker, TuneIn. Fuck. You got Podbite. What the fuck is that? You got a whole bunch of these. SoundCloud's one. So the most popular ones on Android that I know that are popular, some of you guys might know different ones, is you got Stitcher right here. iHeartRadio, you know what? You can get podcasts on that. iHeartRadio sucks. I'm not a fan of that. You got Stitcher. You got TuneIn right here. You got Spreaker. You know, you got Double Twist. That's Double Twist. You got you got a whole bunch of fucking podcast apps, dude. It's not even fucking. There's a fucking shitload of these, man. TuneIn Pro, if you guys want to pay for that. Podcast Player. There's a check mark right there. Let's see what the hell that's about. It's kind of interesting that has a damn check. I think I've tried this app out before. I think I've tried this one out before. I think I have. I think I've tried this out before because I remember trying out a podcast application. And I was not a fan of this app. I was not a fan of it. Spreaker's a good one. You can create your own podcast on there and all that. So there's a whole shitload of podcast apps on Android. Pretty soon we could see a Google Podcast app right in the mix of this, man. That would be interesting to see. That'd be interesting to see. And you know, like I said, guys, the most popular ones that I know are Stitcher, TuneIn, Spreaker, and I also have iHeartRadio. Do they do podcasts too? I don't know. And you got SoundCloud. That's also a popular one. But most of these other ones, I never heard of them. I never heard of these fucking other ones. So yeah. So I want to know, what podcast app do you guys use? Which ones do you guys recommend? Are you guys excited about the Google Podcast? Are you guys excited about the Google Podcast app? Are you guys gonna get it when it's launched? Do y'all do podcasts and all that shit and all? So there's a whole bunch of podcast apps here. There's a whole lot of them. And that's what the logo, that's what the app icon could look like, which I am a fan of that. It's a pretty nice logo there in my opinion. So there could be a Google Podcast app coming soon. We don't know when this app could arrive. I'm sure this is gonna be a free app for everyone. I'm sure it's gonna be a free app. So yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Because like I said, I listen to a lot of Steelers podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a Steelers fan and stuff like that. And I also listen to tech podcasts sometimes as well. You know, I listen to podcasts on like tech and like NFL and shit like that. So you know, and then you know, you can have an app for your podcast, but you know, people put their podcast on YouTube also, so you can listen to it there. So when this app does come out, I might try it out. When it comes out. I might try it out, and I might do a review on it maybe. We'll see how things get with that. I'm gonna try it out and see what it's like. I'm gonna try it out. So it should be a legit app, should be a good app. It's made by Google, so it should be pretty good. You know, if you guys are a fan of podcasts, I suggest you guys check out this app when it launches. But like I said, guys, what podcast app do you guys use? Do y'all make your own podcasts or whatnot? You know what I'm saying? There's a whole shitload of podcast apps for Android. I'm sure there's a whole lot of them for iOS as well. There's a few popular ones like I mentioned, like Spreaker, TuneIn, Play Music, and all that shit. So that's for the Android side of things. So yeah, are you guys excited about it? Google Podcast app? What you guys try it out? Let me know what your thoughts are about this in the comment section of this video. So that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, guys. It really helps me out a lot. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.